After the mother-in-law learned that her daughter-in-law had late-stage stomach cancer, she deliberately cooked meat dishes filled with chili peppers. She thought that once the daughter-in-law died of illness, she and her son would be able to collect $2 million in insurance compensation. Unexpectedly, the daughter-in-law very much enjoyed those delicious foods. The mother-in-law herself began to feel stomach pain. She thought it was just a case of food poisoning. She immediately ran to the toilet and vomited. In fact, it was the mother-in-law herself who actually had cancer. One day earlier, the daughter-in-law went to the hospital to collect her own and the mother-in-law's test reports. The doctor told her that the mother-in-law had late-stage stomach cancer. At least $500,000 would be needed for treatment. Shocked, the daughter-in-law decided to sell the house to raise money to treat the mother-in-law. Later, the mother-in-law heard about the stomach cancer from a nurse but mistakenly thought it was the daughter-in-law who had cancer. Unwilling to spend money treating the daughter-in-law, the mother-in-law told her son to give up treatment and bought accidental insurance for the daughter-in-law, hoping to get the payout. The daughter-in-law overheard the conversation and was heartbroken, but she still planned to tell the family the truth, that it was the mother-in-law who actually had cancer. However, the mother-in-law and her husband did not believe her. To relieve her symptoms, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law went to a small clinic. The mother-in-law wanted to use some traditional remedies. The daughter-in-law saw through her scheme. At the daughter-in-law's insistence, it was the mother-in-law who ended up receiving that treatment. After returning home, the mother-in-law felt much worse and ran to the bathroom again. Just as the husband and wife were eating, the mother-in-law suddenly vomited blood. The whole family rushed her to the hospital for a re-examination. The nurse told them the test results would not be available until the next day. The following morning, the daughter-in-law handed the test report to the mother-in-law, but the mother-in-law was illiterate. As the daughter-in-law was about to explain, the mother-in-law snatched the report away. After reading the report, the son and his wife looked delighted. They became even more eager for the payout because the report showed the illness had worsened. The woman became completely disillusioned with this family. The husband used going to work as an excuse to leave the house. The woman accidentally checked his spending records and found that he had long been unfaithful. He planned to marry his mistress and abandon her. Armed with the evidence, and with the help of a lawyer and her mother, the woman successfully sued her husband. In the end, the husband left with nothing and could only work as a cleaner.